What is up? Hey everybody, how we doing today? Is this thing on? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Man, I'm so excited to do this again with Youth Group Live. I'm so excited that you are tuning in right now. What's up, Margaret, Quinn, Rachel, Grace, Leela Kay, Maggie, others. If you're in the chat or if you're watching, please come on. Give us a hello, a what's up, or something in the chat. And hashtag keep the grits cooking. Do y'all remember when I accidentally said that? I think it was spring retreat like 2 years ago. I was trying to quote, man, I'm blanking now. I'm getting nervous because I'm on the camera, right? Remember the Titans? And there's a quote of you're overcooking my grits, coach. I don't know if y'all even remember that or even know about that. But anyways, I said that, and people have been making fun of me ever since. Noah, Kate, Cooper, what's up? Glad you're here. Julie, Xander, what's up, y'all? I'm so glad that y'all are here, that y'all are tuned in. We got an awesome 30 minutes of Youth Group Live coming at you here in just a second. And then immediately afterwards, we're going to do our Zoom community groups. The Zoom link and the Zoom meeting idea are in the description of this video, and so right afterwards, around 4:30 or so, we'll see how it goes. We'll go to Zoom and do our community groups just like we did last time. We'll have 4 breakout rooms. Give me some grace on that. It takes me a little bit to assign everybody to their breakout room, and so make sure your username on Zoom is your name and your grade. That helps me out tremendously. And then second thing I want you to do right now, I want you to pull out your phone. Unless you're watching on your phone, then you can't really do it. But I want you to take a picture on whatever, maybe you're on your iPad, maybe you're watching on the TV or the computer or whatever. Take a picture, put it on your Instagram story, and tag WestU students and C Point students. We want to put that on our stories, and we want to get the word out about some of this stuff, man. Last week, we had so many people viewing it that it was awesome. And we know that doing this on YouTube doesn't mean that just because you're a part of our church or a part of our student ministry, that means that you have to be the only ones watching this. Last time we had students from out of town watching us, and so we're super excited about that. And so just want to do those 2 things. And then actually, I'm going to pass it over to Bradley real quick. Bradley's got a few announcements for us.
Oh, all right. Good take. I feel like I left something out. I'm looking at the script. Do you think was that a good take?
Yeah.
Pretty good? Okay. Let's see. Okay. My name's Bradley. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. This is the blah, blah, blah special report, whatever. First announcement, I did that Instagram Live at 3 this week, 3 p.m. for Instagram Live. I got that.
Instead of 2?
Instead of 2, yeah, 3 o'clock. Second announcement, I did that one Wednesday night again, 6 p.m. I said that. What did I forget?
Netflix?
Netflix party. So the 3 announcements are 3 p.m. for Instagram Live, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night, and we're doing Netflix party on Friday. We're watching Space Jam, and more information to come on that. Those are the 3 announcements. I mean, you thought the first take was good?
Yeah.
I want to do it again, just to be sure I got all 3 of those. Instagram at 3. Wednesday night, 6 p.m. and Netflix party on Friday. All right. Let's run that back. Okay. Opening line. Thanks, Tim. Hi, my name... Yeah, I got this. Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2...
Bradley, thank you for those announcements. If you didn't catch what he was saying, if you were caught off by the awkwardness, then he got you. He did exactly what he wanted to do. And so we're changing our Instagram live times to, instead of doing at 2, just backing it up a little bit to 3. And then, of course, Wednesday night, we're going live for Wednesday Night Live at 6 p.m., just right here at our YouTube channel. And then Friday night, we're going to have a Netflix watch party. There's this new thing that Netflix is doing where you can have a watch party with people through the internet. And so you'd be watching Netflix on your computer, and then it'll have a chat that you can chat it up with everyone else in the party. And we'll send that link out on Friday, and we're going to watch Space Jam together Friday night at 7 p.m., and that's going to be a ton of fun. So looking forward to that. All right, hey. You ready to play a game? Did you post us on your Instagram story? If so, please do that. All right. Let's play a game. All right. This is a game that you need to do in the chat. All right. So in the chat, right where you're at, get ready to type this out. And let's be honest, feelings are going to get hurt. Friendships are going to be broken and or just flat out lost because of this game. All right. Here's what I want you to do. In the chat, I want you to rank these 4 Little Debbie treats. All right, rank them. What is your go-to Little Debbie? Rank them. Obviously, 1 is the greatest. 4 is the least greatest out of these 4 choices. We have oatmeal cream pies. We have honey buns. We have zebra cakes. And we have cosmic brownies. Just looking at this picture makes me think of just little Timmy growing up and going to my mom's pantry and just grabbing one of these bad boys and then not having it truly affect me like it would right now. I would fall asleep and or have heartburn after watching this. And so rank them in the chat, 1 to 4. I want to see what you think. Julie Jenkins, brownies number 1. Emily, I'm sorry. Oatmeal cream pies is not the number 1 answer. Natalie Ferris, number 1. Cosmic brownies. Cosmic brownies, Margaret Reed. Cooper, zebra cakes, number 1. I don't know about that. Callie Hester, number 1, brownies. What do y'all think? It's funny how many different answers we are getting. Leela K says honey buns. Alyssa says number 1 is brownies. Quinn says number 1 is brownies. I'm telling you guys, you can't go wrong, honestly, with any of these. Here's my answer, all right? My answer is number 1, cosmic brownies. Those things, as soon as it enters your mouth, is just heaven on earth. Number 2, I'm going zebra cakes. You can't go wrong with a zebra cake. Number 3, I'm doing a honey bun, and especially honey buns in the oven. Or not the oven, the microwave. If you put a honey bun in the oven, that might even bump it up to number 2. That's debatable. And then number 4, oatmeal cream pies. I've just never been a big fan of that. Jalen says cosmic brownies. Xander says honey buns, number 1. Oh, man. Margaret Reed, cosmic brownies. Jonathan, cosmic brownies. Campbell, cosmic brownies. Man, we're all right. Cosmic brownies for the win. That is up. That is what's up. I love anyone that said cosmic brownies number 1. We are vibing. We are vibing. All right, here's another game that I want you to do in the chat, okay? I just want you to have a period of gratefulness. All right, man, this period of our time, this season of our life is really frustrating. I am getting frustrated. I am getting sick and tired of this quarantine. And so a good practice to do when you're frustrated, when you can't have any just good things to say, is to say something that you're thankful for. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually do a thank off. I'm going to put 2 things on the screen, and I want you to answer in the chat which one of these things in this season of your life are you more thankful for? All right, in this social distancing, in this quarantine season of our life, which one of these things are you more thankful for? Okay, first off, what are you more thankful for? Are you more thankful for clean water? Or are you more thankful for clean underwear? Be honest, all right? Are you more thankful? Clean water to drink? Obviously, that is a huge blessing. Not everyone has that. All right, a lot of people have it, but not everyone. And then clean underwear. The guys might answer this question kind of strange. I'm curious to see what y'all have to say. But clean underwear is necessary. Obviously, that is not like an unknown. You didn't know that I was about to say that. Cooper says water, right? Cooper's the person that wears his underwear inside out. I'm just kidding. Richard says, hey, Tim. What's up, Richard? Quinn says water. Harry Styles is not an answer. Alyssa says clean underwear. Jalen says water. Margaret Reed says water. Jonathan, none of the above. Come on, bro. Emily, water. Bradley, you're funny. Sailor, water. Richard, water. Laser Squid 79. Have no idea who you are, Laser Squid 79, but I'm glad you're here. And water is a great answer. Water. Olivia, Maggie, Kate. I'm with Noah. I don't know about that. Leela K says clean water. Charlie, water. Campbell says, oh, thanks, Emily. Just kidding. Callie, water. No one says underwear. What? Okay. Well, this is a weird time to ask about underwear, so I'm just going to move on to the next question, all right? Which in this season, all right, in the quarantine season and the social distancing season, which are you more thankful for? All right, fresh air, which is so nice. That's a big deal. I'm seeing everyone outside right now riding their bikes. Or are you more thankful for fresh sheets? Man, there is nothing can compare to when you crawl into bed after clean, fresh sheets. Oh, that is a feeling that just is great. I'm running out of cool things to say. All right, let's see. Let's see. Clean underwear. Good job, Sid. I'm glad you're in the chat. All right. Forgive me. There's a little bit of a delay. All right. Nathan Lawless says air. Quinn says air. Margaret fish sheets. Okay, that's kind of weird. If your sheets. No, yeah, that's bad. Cooper sheets. Noah sheets. Jalen air. Julie. We're past the underwear thing. Fresh air for Quinn. Dave Ferris, fresh air. Lila K, fresh air. Margaret, fresh sheets. Okay, I got you there. I got you. Charlie, fresh air. Natalie, sheets. Reese, air. Laser Squid. Who are you, Laser Squid? I need to know this. Air. Jonathan, toilet paper. Not really an answer yet, but very valuable nowadays. Sheets, air. I need to go get my fresh sheets. You do what you got to do. All right, next question. All right, in this season of your life, all right, we're spending a lot of time on our devices. All right, which are you more thankful for? All right, are you more thankful for the memes, or are you more thankful for the gifts right now? Are you a gift person? Are you a meme person? Probably a lot of y'all are both, but which one would you rather use, and are you more thankful for in this time of your quarantined life? All right, I haven't watched Tiger King yet. I hear it's just super messed up and super weird, but the memes, I'm enjoying those. Gifts, I'm more of a gift guy. Okay, so my answer is gifts. I love gifts way more. Memes. Wow, I am alone in this. All of y'all are saying memes. Jonathan, Cooper, Noah, Nathan, Campbell, Emily, Reese. There you go. My BFF Reese says gifts. Margaret says memes. Gifts are cringe, Coop. That's just not true. Rachel, memes. Alyssa, memes. Laser Squid, who are you, bro or girl? Lauren, memes. Lila K, memes. Quinn, memes. Natalie, memes. Jonathan, memes. If you're gift, does that mean you're old? I didn't realize this. All of y'all are saying memes. I thought this was a better matchup. I thought this would be more 50-50 than it is right now. Wow. Okay, whatever. I'm a gift guy, so if that makes you judge me, hey, judge me. That's okay. All right. Last one. Which one are you more thankful for? Are you more thankful for Netflix, or are you more thankful for Friends? And here's the hard part about this answer, all right, is that this is talking about our quarantine, social distancing life right now. This season of our life. Are you more thankful for Netflix, or are you more thankful for the friends that you may not even be able to hang out with physically, but you can see them obviously through FaceTime, or you can chat it up with them on YouTube? Which one are you more thankful for? Netflix or Friends? All right, Nathan Lawless says Friends. That's a good answer. You're a good friend, Nathan. Well done. No one else is answering this question. So what that really tells me is that you want to say Netflix, but you feel bad about it. Okay, never mind. Cooper just straight up said Netflix. Never mind. Quinn said Netflix. Sorry. All right, I get it. I'm with you there. Charlie says Friends. Richard says Friends. Alyssa says All American is for the win. That's a Netflix show, so she's saying Netflix. Maggie, Netflix. Julie, Friends. Netflix could go away like Blockbuster. That's true. Friends can go away too. I mean, we don't want to go there, but Netflix, Disney Plus. Okay, Laser Squid. I still don't know who you are, but I respect that, even though it's not an answer. Friends. Netflix, because you can still see your friends. All right. Thanks for playing this game. I love how active y'all are in the chat. Just wanted to get y'all interactive in the chat and thinking a little bit about what you're more thankful for. And here's another way, right? Like I said, being thankful is a great practice. Scripture actually talks about it a lot, of being thankful in all circumstances. And you do that through drawing near to God and connecting and praying, and different ways to have a grateful heart. It's not necessarily our default mode, right? A lot of us can be selfish and be irritated and frustrated by a lot of things, especially when they don't go our way. But practicing thankfulness is a great practice to do. And another thing that can kind of, what am I trying to say? Another thing that can kind of, our focus can go towards that helps us on an everyday thing is worship. And so I know on Instagram stories, we asked y'all what y'all's favorite worship songs are. Whenever you play worship, it just helps you re-shift your focus towards God and the goodness of God. And so I asked a few students to see if they would lead a song in worship on our youth group live tonight. And so I reached out to Bella and Lily Falconer, and they agreed. And so here's what I want you to do during this time, all right? I'm just going to play a song of worship. The words will be on the screen, as well as you being able just to see Bella and Lily lead. But what I want you to do is I want you to, if not singing at home, right, there's no excuses. Unless people are around you and you're nervous about that, I don't care. Scripture says make a joyful noise, all right? And that could be, it doesn't say make a good noise or a good sounding noise. It makes a joyful noise. So read the words on the screen while Lily and Bella lead us in worship. But here's what I want to do. I want to pray real quick, all right? So if you would join me in prayer, and then we'll play our song of worship, all right? Dear God, thank you for Youth Group Live. God, thank you for this time that we can connect together, not necessarily in person, but in the chat and just through YouTube, Lord. Thank you for technology, that if this were to happen 15, 20 years ago, this would not be an option for us. And so, God, we're thankful for technology. And God, we're thankful, even though this time period, this pandemic that is happening is really frustrating at times and is ruining a lot of our plans and schools and sports and extracurricular activities. God, we know that through the testing of our faith, it builds perseverance. And so, God, we can lean into this and grow from it. And our spiritual muscles can grow because of what you're teaching us during this time. So, God, I just pray that we would draw near to you during this time, that we wouldn't draw away from you in this time. And God, I just pray for this song of worship. Thank you for Lily and Bella being bold enough to lead in this time. And God, I just pray that we would focus our hearts on you, and we would sing where we're at, God, and that we would connect with you tonight through Youth Group Live and through community groups afterwards. God, we love you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your love towers over me. Gracious tempest in the sea. Your love is like a storm. Your love is crashing over me. It's surging like a raging sea. Immerse me in the wonders of your love. A downpour of unending grace, consuming all my reckless ways. My sins submerged, your love has saved my soul. Your love is like a storm. Let your tide of mercy rain. Let it flood my heart again.
Hey, Belly Lilla. Well done. Thank you. If you can do a clapping hands in the chat, please do that. So thankful for students being able to lead out on this youth group live. And so we're going to go straight into it. We do have a lesson that I want to get to today, and we're actually starting a new series. And so I want to start this series because in 3 weeks, it is Easter. All right, so Easter is coming up. And I know it may not even feel like it because I don't even know my days really. I wake up every day wondering what day it is. But it's not Easter Sunday, obviously, just yet. It's in a few weeks, but around here, it's around the corner that it's coming up. And so, obviously, Walmart and Target, if you're able to get out, are filled with Easter stuff. And we've been ready for this holiday for months. And so, no matter how you grew up celebrating, if you grew up in the church, you celebrated Easter. And even really, if you didn't grow up in the church, a lot of people go to church on Easter Sunday and Christmas week, and so you'd probably agree for the most part that Easter is a happy time. Think about it, right? You're allowed to eat an unreal amount of candy. Every time I eat one of those Reese's eggs, I can't help but be happy, right? Those Reese's eggs are the best Easter treat that there is. If you disagree, let me know in the chat. That literally wins any Easter candy. Starburst jelly beans are a close second, I will say. That's a close second. So you're allowed to eat a ton of candy. People wear pastel colors, which most other times, dudes wearing pink is, just not really normal. And then a ton of people decide to wear all the pastel colors on Easter. We color eggs, which is kind of weird, and I never really understood it. But it's also very satisfying when you dip the egg into the water and then it changes colors. Being able to watch my kids hunt for eggs is a ton of fun, and it's a blast, and it's super great. But parents force their kids to take these pictures. Have you ever had to take a picture with an oversized Easter bunny? The Easter bunny is the part of Easter that I just don't understand. And Easter bunnies, especially the oversized rabbit kinds, are just traumatizing, right? In this series, we're going to talk about some of the reasons why Easter is such a big deal, and particularly for people who are Jesus followers, right? We're going to talk about how Easter is a big deal for Jesus followers. And if you're like me growing up, you may even wonder why Easter bunnies are a thing. It's a super strange tradition for this holiday that I don't even understand. And I'm sure Google would tell me what the origin of it is. But what I don't understand is just how it's traumatizing. You know how like Santa kind of traumatizes kids? My kids are not interested in sitting on Santa's lap. An oversized rabbit is even worse than Santa. And so to prove my point, what you need to do afterwards, okay, maybe not right now, but after Zoom, is Google kids scared of Easter Bunny. And the images and the videos that come up are unreal. That some people are trying to make it a joke that these these Easter bunnies are just made as scary as possible. There's one video I was unsure if I could show it or not, so I chose not to. I didn't want to get taken down for copyright issues. But there's these two kids waiting, and their parents are surprising them like, hey, the Easter Bunny's here. And the Easter Bunny turns the corner, and it's just the scariest looking thing. And these two kids just cry and run off saying, that's not the Easter Bunny. And it's funny. And it's sad that we kind of laugh at kids' fear because we just know that it's not real. But the funny thing about that is that our fears change over time, right? What you were afraid of or scared of or fearful of as a kid changes than what you were in this time. And so the thing about fear, though, is you don't grow out of it. It just changes, right? As a kid, you were scared of the monster in the closet, right? You were scared of breaking or losing your favorite toy. Some of my girls, Skylar mainly, is afraid of the dark, and she always talks about it, right? Fear can wreck our sense of peace and our sense of happiness. It can keep us from doing what we are called to do, what God is calling us to do. But as you get older, your fears just transfer to other things, right? Maybe you're afraid of failing your classes, afraid of your report card and what it's going to look like. You're afraid of being rejected by your friends or doing something embarrassing and it getting posted on social media, or you're afraid of not getting into college you want to or not making the team that you want to. And you've probably figured out that you don't just grow out of fear. It just changes, right? And so fear of not fitting in when you grow up. And then now we're in a season of fear, right? A lot of people are scared of just about our health or the health of your parents or the health of your grandparents. And just what is going on in this world, or fear of the future, man. What's the future going to look like? What are the next few months going to look like of online school and youth group live and not having this like norm that we usually find comfort in? And so whether we realize it or not, fear is losing. Fear is fueling a lot of our thoughts and actions. And one of the biggest fears, like I'm putting on the screen right now, is losing something that we never think we'll get back. And it's a fear of death, right? And the fear of death comes down to losing something that we never thought we'd get back. And we're like, wow, this took a huge turn from being scared of the dark to being scared of the monster in the closet to being scared of report cards to now being scared of death. And I'm not sure what this has to do about dying. But this isn't just about physical death. That's not what I'm trying to communicate. It's about the end of something. For example, think about a relationship, right? To come out of the fears you have right now. Maybe we're afraid of really, truly being ourselves because we think that if people really knew who we were, they'd freak out and they'd run for their lives and that friendship would end, right? We're afraid of the death of a friendship or the end of something. We're afraid of not getting, like I said, into the college of our dreams, that would just ruin our life and ruin our plans and our dream is dead. Or we're afraid of getting busted or found out or our secretive stuff being found out because that would just mean other people's perfect image of us would go away and that would end. And so the fear of death comes down to losing something that we think we'll never get back. And I'm not always just talking about physical death, although we're afraid of that too, right? And our fears, if they come true and our friendships end, the goal isn't reached in what we hoped for in that situation. But that's exactly where Easter comes in. It's right in the middle of our fear of death. And as we head into this Easter season, all right, just a few more minutes and we're going to go to Zoom. As we head into this Easter season, you may have heard that the whole point of this holiday is not about eggs, right? It's not about candy and it's not about the bunny, right? It's about Jesus and those who follow Jesus. It's the time of year where we celebrate Him coming to earth, living the life we couldn't, the perfect life that we couldn't, and Him dying on a cross as a criminal for our sins and being the perfect sacrifice, the perfect atonement for our salvation, and then resurrecting 3 days later. And no one expected that, right? He communicated it a few times to His disciples, but even them, they didn't understand what He was talking about. And He rose from the dead, and that's a big deal about Easter, and it changes everything. And it especially changed the life of a guy named Paul. All right, Paul's one of the most famous Christians in history, but before he became a Jesus follower, he spent years trying to scare Christians into leaving the faith. And he was using death as one of the ultimate threats. And here's a scripture in 1 Corinthians 15, 54 through 55. Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? Paul is taunting like the very idea that death, by reminding the Corinthian church that on Easter, death loses to Jesus, right? Death lost to Jesus. All right, if you're still with me, write that in the chat. Death lost to Jesus, all right? When Jesus died and then rose again, He defeated death. And that means that because of the resurrection, death can no longer defeat us. We don't have to be fearful of death winning. We know that power over death has over our relationships, over our reputations, over our future, and over our dreams. We no longer have to fear any kind of death because Jesus destroyed death once and for all, right? Easter means, here's what Easter means. And this is super applicable with where we're at in life right now. Easter means that fear isn't final. All right, write that in the chat too. I'm trying to keep you active in here. Easter means that fear isn't final, right? Fear will try to make you listen and obey it. That's the power of fear. My daughter, when she's scared of the dark, she will not fall asleep, right? What she's meant to do as a 3-year-old is she's meant to go to bed and get like 12 hours of sleep. But fear keeps her awake, keeps her from doing what she wants to do because it's having that power and she's listening and obeying to the fear of the dark to where she's not going to sleep. And so you may be thinking, hey, Tim, this is a cool lesson and all. Thank you for doing all this, whatever. But you can't just tell me that because Jesus rose again, that I don't have to be afraid of anything. Like that's weird, right? I'm still anxious. I'm still depressed. I'm still terrified of what's ahead in this season and just ahead in life in general. And listen, look, I understand that. And even if fear doesn't get the final word, that doesn't mean that there aren't things that we're still afraid of, like real things, real big things. I'm not telling you to be ignorant of the fearful things in life. And it's not a guarantee that you're just not going to ever be afraid anymore. But here's what it does mean. It means that you are more equipped as a follower of Jesus to handle those things than you may realize. Right? Paul says it this way. Paul says this, Romans 8:11, the Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And so here's what Paul is saying. All right, Romans 8:11, the Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And Paul is saying this on the screen. All right, I want you to read it. Paul is saying that the same power that defeated death 2,000 years ago when Jesus rose from the dead is actually inside of the people who believe in Jesus today. Right? That same power lives in us today. And so we are equipped. And you're more equipped than you probably realized to be able to tackle the things that you're afraid of. Right? And so let me ask you this. Sometimes fear can control us, like I said. And all sorts of different fears can impact the way that we live everyday life. And I want to remind you, and the point of this lesson is to remind you that Jesus defeated death, and the Spirit of Jesus who defeated death can live in you. And imagine what his Spirit can do in the face of all those things that you're afraid of. So here's a question, all right? I want you to think about it. If you want to answer in the chat, you can, but I want you to think about it for your small group, for your Zoom group afterwards, all right? Where has fear been holding you back right now? Right now with where you're at, where has fear been holding you back? Is it holding you back in your relationships? Is it holding you back from dreaming big about your future? Are you fearful of going to college? Or are you fearful of dealing with something with maybe our mental health or whatever we have going on that we're just afraid to acknowledge? Where has fear been holding you back? All right? And then wherever fear has been holding you back, Jesus can help that, right? We are equipped with power to tackle that. And you can take a step toward today and a step toward this week of facing it. And so here's the next question. What step should you take to prove fear doesn't have power over you, right? Maybe you need to forgive someone. Maybe you've been holding on this grudge of someone who definitely wronged you. Maybe it's a family member or a friend. You need to forgive someone. And you're afraid to for whatever reason. You just need to apologize. Or maybe here's the step that you can take. You can go talk to somebody. You can talk to one of us on staff. You can talk to your small group leader. You can talk to a school counselor, mom, dad, whoever. Maybe you just need to take that step to talk about to someone about what fears are going on in your life. You just need to start a conversation. You don't have to tell everybody everything, but you need to tell somebody something, right? You have to be able to share some of this stuff. Nothing good grows in the dark. All right, if you're keeping it a secret, it is going to attack you and it's going to sap your spiritual strength, as King David said in the Psalms, right? You need to tell somebody what is going on and where you're finding fear or depression or anxiety. And with Jesus, that same power is with you today, and we can start combating these things. You have more power than you realize. And so this Easter, no matter what your step is, you can begin facing up to the fear because of Jesus and because of what we celebrate at Easter as Jesus followers. Fear doesn't get to determine the direction of our life any longer. All right? Fear does not get to determine the life or the direction of our life any longer. And so here's what I want you to do. As you get ready to go to your Zoom group, I want you to be praying to be bold and open and vulnerable. And maybe the Zoom group isn't where you feel like it's appropriate. Maybe it's a text message or a call to a leader or to a friend. Last thing, you don't have to worry about anything being more powerful than Jesus. And so if you are a follower of Jesus, you are equipped to tackle these things that are not bigger than who Jesus is. And so this is the hope of the Christian faith that it is built on. This is what caused Paul to live free and not fearful, right? This is what makes Easter such a happy holiday and something that the church loves to celebrate. All right. And so, hey, Youth Group Live, sorry, I went about 4 minutes over. Youth Group Live is transitioning over to Zoom. Here is what the Zoom community groups look like. All right. And the YouTube link or the Zoom link is in our YouTube description. So if you just scroll down, remember, make your username your name and your grade. That way we can assign you to the different breakout rooms. Give me a few minutes. It takes a little bit to do, but the description it's in the YouTube description for our Zoom groups. And here's tips, all right? Tips for Zoom success. Like I said, rename yourself to name and grade. Be respectful and silent when someone is talking. All right, I know it can be hard, especially if 15 of us are in a group at a time. And if possible, find a quiet and well-lit spot in your home to participate. All right, I know you might be fearful to share things if brother, sister, or mom or dad are near. Go find a spot where you can sit, where you feel comfortable. And we want to see your faces. The whole point of this is to connect with you together. So everybody get towards Zoom. We want to spend some time in community group and small group with you, and we want to see your faces. All right, so at this time, I'm going to end the stream, and we are going to get on to Zoom. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, we love you. Reach out to us if you need anything, if you need prayer, if you just need someone to talk to, if you just want to hang out. Please call one of your leaders, call someone on staff or one of your small group leaders, and we would love to spend time with you. We'll see you on Zoom.